Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I want to do is talk about Governor Connally's seat because I still have people contacting me says, about the magic bullet and the JFK assassination. Supposedly struck JFK in the back, exited his throat, and then struck Governor Connally and stuff. And he keep on saying, and he keep on pointing out this fact, well, Governor Connally's seat was 6 inches in, so yes, this all fits, this is all fits. So what I want to do is I want to show photographic evidence and I'll point out some facts that when it comes to JFK assassination, especially this magic bullet, okay, there was no magic bullet, okay, but they still want to believe that there's magic bullet. But I'm going to show a few images here and let people know that, you can actually see with your own eyes that how close Governor Connally's seat was to the door. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up this first right here. This is how they claim the magic bullet occurred. Okay, they said, well, here we got Governor Connally over here by the door. So that bullet would have to come in, exit JFK's throat, make a quick turn to the right, and then back into the left to strike Governor Connally in the back, go through his arm, his chest, and hit his wrist and all this other stuff and hitting his leg. Okay, but to prove their magic bullet theory that it can happen, they went ahead and just moved Governor Connally in a little bit so he can line up with JFK. So when a bullet comes exiting out of JFK's throat, it'll enter Governor Connally's back and then exit and all this other stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show people the reality of it because see they do this to make us think that this magic bullet can happen. And believe you me, there's thousands of people actually think this magic bullet happened because of a scientist or a researcher pointing this out, saying this is how it actually was. But it really wasn't that way. And let me show you. As you see in this image here, we could see in this close-up, Governor Connally's seat is right against the door. JFK is directly right behind Governor Connally. Governor Connally is not over like JFK's here, and Governor Connally's right here in front of him. But to make the magic bullet theory work, they have Governor Connally over here and JFK's right here. But as you see here, Governor Connally is directly in front of JFK, and we see the seat right against the door. Now we're going to look at this image here. This is after assassination. And as you see here, here's Governor Connally's seat. It's exactly pressed right against the door, as you see here. It's not 6 inches in now. It's right against the door, as you see here. So that places Governor Connally directly in front of JFK. Now I'm going to show you this right here, this image right here. As you see how I line this up, as they're sitting in the limo. Okay, the exit wound in JFK's throat, if you watch my cursor, is right here. Supposedly the bullet struck Governor Connally right here for the magic bullet theory to work. But for it to go out to actually, the bullets come in from the right, exiting out to the left, as it's in reports and everything else, that bullet would actually come out and go past where? Because right here in my research, if you watch my research and you view my research, you will see that that bullet made contact with the chrome in between these sun visors right here, if you watch my cursor. Now, if that bullet was exiting JFK's throat, which what I'll do is I'll pull up the next image right here. We'll zoom in. And I'll move it up top here so you can see, because I know I'm down here. The bullet entered exit right here and struck the chrome in between the sun visors here, as you watch my cursor. Now, if I line this up, where's this bullet going to come past? Governor Connally's head. So basically, the bullet did come in from the right and ricochet upward, okay, exited JFK's throat and go past Governor Connally's head and strike the chrome in between the sun visors right here. So you see, if it exits JFK's throat, you watch my cursor, it's going to go past Governor Connally's head and strike that chrome in between the sun visors, as I point out and as I show and as we could see in the films and stuff. It would not come down. For the bullet to exit, would have to strike JFK in the back and come upward. Now, this bullet would have to come upward, because the bullet did not come and hit the back of JFK's neck to exit his throat, because it'd be going straight down, which would end up striking Governor Connally in his lower back, okay, if it came from directly behind or anything else like that. So when we look at this, we can see that the bullet did come down and strike JFK in the back in this location right here, but the bullet had a ricochet like off of a rib or JFK's spine or his shoulder blade, ricochet going upward, because when the bullet was exiting, it exited JFK's throat going out to the left, and if it's exiting going up, okay, it would actually strike Governor Connally in the head if it was going straight, if it was a straight shot. But we're going in from the right to the left, and it strikes JFK over here on the right side, ricochet upward going out to the left, and what it was going to do is go in between Governor Connally and Mrs. Connally and strike the chrome inside the windshield right here. You're watching my cursor. So when they sit there and talk about this seat, just like right here, we can see the seat right here, Governor Connally's seat, right here against that frame right here. See how it comes down, which should be sitting down lower than JFK, because his head be right up in this location, right up in here. JFK's head be right up in here, as we see, and I showed you in that other image. Okay, so the bullet would not strike Governor Connally in the back, no matter which way you look at it. It went past his head, going up to the left like this. But we can see his seat was not 6 inches in, as they portray or tell us. So when we look at this, they're going to point out this right here. Researchers are going to point out this so they can fit in that magic bullet, saying this is how they was positioned and this is how they was sitting in the limo, when all the facts is, when you look at the images and you look at film stuff, he was actually in like this. So when we move that over, as you see here, it lines up for that magic bullet. But when we line it back up to realistic, as you see in the films and images and how it really was, we can see that magic bullet would have struck Governor Connally on the opposite side or past his head when we look at it this way, when we view the films and images. Because Governor Connally's seat was exactly right against that door, as you've seen in the images and films. So the magic bullet theory, because like I said, when they do this magic bullet theory, okay, this is how they positioned JFK and Governor Connally in the car. Remember, nobody in the front seat, nobody over here, nobody over here. JFK, they push him way over here, and they move Governor Connally, and they move his seat in 6 inches, and they have Governor Connally more or less not even sitting halfway on the seat right here. They got him pushed all the way over, and then they move him up a little more. See how they got him stacking up a little bit more higher, which when I point out, let me point this out here, okay, which I want to show you right here. I'll bring this back up too, and then we'll bring this up. As you see here, okay, as you see here, Governor Connally top of his head right here, and JFK right here, because JFK is actually stooping over a little bit. They got him positioned right here when you look at this side view, but then when you look at the overview, okay, they got him positioned way over here, so when a bullet comes in from the right exit JFK's throat, it's going to strike him in the back right here, and then go through his arm, you know, his chest and stuff, and go then it hit through his arm, and then ricochet out of his wrist, and then hit his inner thigh. So see, they have to do it this way to portray their magic bullet theory. When we look at the realistic now, when it comes time to the magic bullet, this is how they was positioned. Wrong image, sorry about that. Well, I had the other images in my, this is it right here, excuse me. As you see here, as I showed this in my other video, okay, when you see him positioned here, and I even moved Governor Connally 6 inches in as well, as you see here. I moved him 6 inches in, but I don't have him hanging off the seat like they do, as I show you right here. Let's see, this is be the right here. Okay, as you see, they have him positioned the seat 6 inches in right here as well, and then have Governor Connally pushed more over, which they put him over in this location, but when they were sitting there, Governor Connally was directly in front of JFK, as I pointed out in my other videos and as I just showed you. But Governor Connally's seat was against here, but I went ahead and brought that 6 inches in there just to see if their magic bullet theory could still work, but as you see here, it didn't. It still came in from the right, struck JFK in the back, exited his throat, and struck the chrome in between the sun visors, as I show here. So even if they push him in that 6 inches, it still would have never made that magic bullet theory, would never still held up, because at the time when JFK was shot in the back and the bullet was exiting his throat, Governor Connally was still sitting like this, but he was looking over to his right with just his head turned, but his whole body was still straight, as you see here. If you watch my cursor, okay, that bullet was still past Governor Connally's head. It was still not strike Governor Connally in his on his right side, as they want to portray it, because that bullet would have to make a quick right turn, 90-degree right turn, and then a 90-degree left turn, and strike Governor Connally in this location right here. So they moved Governor Connally over, as you see here. They moved Governor Connally over a little bit more, even with his seat being in 6 inches. They had to move him over just a little more so that he could fit in that magic bullet theory. So see, that's why I wanted to make this video here, to show people that even Governor Connally's seat, we can see it clearly, is right against the door. Plus, we can also see that Governor Connally was sitting down lower than JFK. But to make a magic bullet theory work, they want to tell us that we have to look at it this way, because the seat was 6 inches in. Even when I put the seat 6 inches in, okay, it still does not line up, as you just seen in that one image I showed you. But they want to put it this way when we go realistic and we watch the films and we look at the images and stuff, and we'll see that Governor Connally's seat was actually right here, which brings him over 6 inches. And then we put him in a right position that he's supposed to be sitting at the time of the magic bullet occurred. Remember, he's sitting forward, but he's looking over to his, as we see in the Zapruder film, he's sitting forward, but he's looking over with just his head turned only, looking off to the right before he actually starts turning completely to the right. At the time of the occurrence of the magic bullet supposedly struck JFK and stuff. Okay, they're going to tell us and show us these images, false images here, so they can say this is how the magic bullet happened. So they try to make us believe this is how it really happened. Like I said, there is thousands upon thousands, millions of people that actually still thinks this magic bullet really happened. Even a lot of JFK researchers on Oswald did it alone, they're the ones also keep on pushing this one here about Governor Connally's seat being pushed in 6 inches. He was already turned just like this when he got shot. So they line him up and stuff. And see, when you line them up, that bullet will go straight right there when you come straight down. Okay? Because if you line up the bullet holes in JFK's back and his exit wound in the throat, okay, you'll see that this entry wound, is lower than the exit wound. Okay? So the bullet would have to come down, strike either shoulder blade, rib, ricochet going upward to exit JFK's throat. Okay, because the bullet hole and the exit wound doesn't line up, because they're like this, unless a bullet came down and actually hit a rib or shoulder blade, and then ricochet going upward, exiting out his throat. Okay, that's actually what happened. Okay, and if you notice that this bone right here in between, at the bottom of JFK's throat here as well, we got that bone right there, which also will push it up a little bit more when it comes through there too, because the bullet actually exits right here, but the shot was just down a little bit lower. So we got the bullet coming down, ricocheting upward. So now not only the bullet has to go upward, but it has to drop, make a 90-degree turn, and then another 90-degree turn to strike Governor Connally. So that's why a lot of people didn't believe in the magic bullet to begin with. But these researchers keep on pushing stuff, say, well, let's push Governor Connally's seat in 6 inches. Let's move Governor Connally still over a little more so it'll fit into this, so people can't say, oh, well, it don't fit, when actually, when they do the research stuff, again, they're not pointing out the fact that the bullet entry wound is lower and the bullet exit wound is up higher when it exits JFK's throat. Okay, so that bullet's actually going to go up again. So it came down, ricochet going back up. So the bullet would have to drop still, but they're going to try to erase that from people's memory and say, hey, let's push Governor Connolly's seat in 6 inches, push him over a little bit more, and see how that bullet lines up. It'll line right perfectly right to Governor Connally. Because it's like this to begin with. If we watch my cursor, it's like this to begin with. Has come down, come back up, turn, and then come back in like that and turn and do all this. But now, since they moved Governor Connolly's seat in 6 inches and move him over a little more, now that bullet will strike JFK in the back, come straight through as they're going to claim, and then strike Governor Connolly in the back and do all the extra wounds and stuff. So that magic bullet will fit. I wanted to make this video here to show you that Governor Connolly's seat was actually against the door, because someone wrote me an email this morning, but they actually wrote it last night. I read it this morning, where they said, you know, the magic bullet had to happen because Governor Connolly's seat was in 6 inches, and this researcher said this, and this researcher says that, and they show the evidence that his seat was in 6 inches, and you know Governor Connolly was sitting in this position at times. So yes, the magic bullet did happen, but actually no, it didn't. That's one reason why I want to make this video, to show people, okay, Governor Connolly's seat is right against the door. If you see it right here, if you watch my cursor, I'll even zoom in. JFK's limo, as you see here, his seat is pressed right against the door. And even in the other images we see of JFK's limo, even when Governor Connolly's sitting there and JFK, we could see Governor Connolly's seat right against the door. And we see that Governor Connolly's sitting directly in front of JFK, because the bullet would strike JFK here, coming down, ricocheting upward, exiting his throat, going here, and striking over here, if you watch my cursor, which would pass Governor Connolly's head. For the bullet to actually strike here and then exit JFK's throat, the bullet would have to turn in the air and come back around this way, as you watch my cursor, and then come back into Governor Connolly at the way he was sitting at the time, as I show here. Like I said, I even went ahead and positioned Governor Connolly's seat in 6 inches, but sit him in the right way, sitting directly in his seat, but turn his head over to the left a little, to the right a little bit, and still, even this way, with the seat moved in 6 inches, you would have to hit Governor Connolly would never have been hit to begin with, because the bullet still would have came in from the right, exiting out to the left of JFK, and still would have passed his head and struck the chrome between the windshield. Between the sun visors, excuse me. But that's why you see these researchers will push this issue. They'll put the seat in 6 inches, and they'll also push Governor Connolly over another 8 to 10 inches. So he could be in that line of fire, so the bullet will strike JFK here, exit his throat, and then strike Governor Connolly right in the back in that position there. But as I point out, Governor Connolly was actually sitting directly in front of JFK, okay? And not only they moved Governor Connolly's seat over 6 inches away from the door, which we can see it's against the door, but they also moved Governor Connolly over a little bit more so they can make that magic bullet theory stick. But like I said, I just want to make this video here to show people, no, Governor Connolly's seat was not positioned like this. This is false information that people's been pushing out there, even these JFK researchers and stuff. This is exactly how the limo seats were positioned at the time of the assassination, but Governor Connolly was more turned, facing more to the front than in this position as well. So no magic bullet really happened. This is exactly how Governor Connolly's seat was. It was right against the door. So I want to make this video here to answer that and point this out, and I want it to be in my video log. So if anybody else comes across it and says, no, JFK's limo, the seat was in 6 inches, so the magic bullet had happened, and Governor Connolly was sitting here, they can watch this video and say, well, wait a minute, no, the seat is close next to the door, and Governor Connolly was sitting more straight than as they got in position, and he wasn't sitting that far in away from the door. So they'll understand this a lot more, and they can see it from different angles and understand that the information that they was told years ago is actually false information. They tried to fit that magic bullet into that theory of 3 shots. Okay, so they had to make 1 shot act like it was hitting 2 people. So I just want to make this video, have this information out there for people so they know this information. So share this video with your friends, families, and relatives. Share it on social medias so other people knows this information as well. Don't forget that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and you have a pleasant day.